All right, let's go through a demo of the Hava CLI tool. Hava CLI tool can be used to interface um, with the Hava platform. Kind of allows us to use the binary that we have here to interface and look for sources and update sources and sync sources and so forth instead of having to go through the GUI. And you can typically DevOps or CI/CD using the CI using some sort of platform. I'll use GitHub Actions in this demo. Let's just say, for example, in this demo, we've got a bit of infrastructure that we're deploying. Here I'm just using AWS, but it could be any of the clouds that is supported by the Hava platform. And in this repository that I've got here, I've got a bit of, I've got an app. Doesn't matter what it does. It's deploying a few things. Inside this repo also is stored the actual architecture diagram that comes from Hava. This is what the current app looks like. I know this is a picture, but if we go to the actual Hava page and we'll go to the app demo / environment, that's what the environment Hava's picked up an environment. That's what it looks like. As you can see there, it looks exactly the same with the app. It's a full VPC with a 3 availability zone application, and this is live in AWS. What we're going to do is we're going to make a change to our infrastructure and run it through a pipeline. And as part of that pipeline, we'll use the Hava CLI to firstly list the Hava CLI sources, as well as grab the source ID so we can do initiate an update. Because sometimes you want the Hava platform to do an ad hoc update if you're changing all the time. Maybe at the end of the your deployment of infrastructure, you want Hava to update the diagram, and in this case, this will do. So we'll go to the code. We're just deploying using Terraform, and in this instance, I've already got what I want to add. So I'm just going to uncomment that and commit that to the code, which will kick off the CI/CD pipeline, or in this case, GitHub Actions. So I'll just commit that and we'll say, I think we're adding an elastic cache or a cache to the application. So add cache, and we'll push that. We'll go back to GitHub Actions or GitHub repo and just confirm that the add cache pipeline, or it's kicked off and it's detected change. Instead of looking at through this, it's going to take a while. I'll just quickly go through the actual pipeline. So what's going to happen is, first of all, check out Terraform will do our deployment, or depending on whatever you use, it could be Terraform, CloudFormation, depending on what it is in your CI/CD pipeline. In our case, we're just using Terraform to make our changes. But as soon as those changes have been applied, we're going to go through and use the Hava binary. First of all, install it. You can download it. It's just the Go binary that's cross-compiled across Linux, Windows, and Mac OS. And then we're going to run a command called Hava source list. This is using an environment variable called Hava token, which I provided and grabbed from the Hava platform, but I've put it in as a secret in GitHub Actions. So we're going to list our sources. Then we're going to use the Hava CLI binary also to output as JSON, because it has table output as default, JSON, CSV. In this case, we're using JSON, and then we're doing some JQ magic or filtering, and filtering for a specific Hava name and getting the ID of that source. And then in GitHub Actions or in other CI/CD tools or scripting languages, you can use, once you've grabbed that value from you're filtering through JSON. I'm pumping that out as a environment variable in GitHub Actions, and then straight away in the next step, we're using that AWS source variable that I've just filled in into another Hava CLI command called Hava source sync. So we've deployed our infrastructure. We now want to ensure we update or make sure Hava is initiated to queue and update it, and then we perform an update on the actual diagram over there, and then commit it back into code. So that's a rough down. Where are we at now? Whoa, whoa. So we're at the point where we've just deployed. Looks like our pipeline finished. Let's just quickly go through it. So we did the deployment of, I guess, the new cache. Sorry, that's the install part of Terraform. But here we've deployed the changes, and I think we had, an Elasticache kind of deployed. Then we went through and just installed the binary. Fairly simple. Download the binary, chmod exit. And then it's running. Then we ran the Hava source list command. Now this is in table format. Just made the screen size. My screen size is a bit all over the place at the moment, but you can see here all the sources using the Hava CLI command. And then we did a get a specific AWS source ID. Ran that command, passed the dash JSON. Won't be an output in here, but the output of that is the an environment variable, which we've grabbed by using some JQ and source. Then we use the, as you can see there's the AWS source ID, which will get blanked out. And then here's the new what's it called? Here we're doing a source sync as well. Once we've done the sync, then we'll do an update of the infrastructure, which will actually create a new image of using the Hava platform and pump out a new picture, and then it gets uploaded and committed to the repo. So the changes that we've just done in this pipeline are updated with the new Hava picture or Hava architecture diagram that's been just generated. Just to prove that actual change worked, if we go back to the Hava platform, as you can see now there's a new cache where before there wasn't. If we go back to the code, go back to the markdown file where someone was reviewing this, or ops folks, yep, there's the latest and greatest thing where before that cache was not there. But that's just a quick demo of, I guess, how to use the Hava CLI tool. Firstly, to list some sources, use the JSON output. We'll probably we'll probably be updating it further with further APIs, and also a way to be able to include it in your CI/CD pipeline to initiate a sync of the Hava pipeline, so your architecture diagrams are always up to date and don't need to go off and draw these, and the Hava platform can do that all for you.